Hi, so I want to talk about something that's bothering me. I am a dark empath. That doesn't bother me. But for people who know what makes someone a dark empath versus a regular empath, you know that it's not good stuff. I'm pretty sure I've got anxious attachment. I know I have low self-esteem. My childhood, I went through every kind of abuse a person could go through except for being hit. I knew as a child that gifts were not free. You know, they always came with stuff. You know, it's like, oh, you're giving me this. What do I have to do for it? Or what did I do to earn this? You know, it's always asking that question. And I've spent most of my life studying psychology. And, you know, there's in cognitive behavioral therapy, there's this thing called negative automatic thoughts. If you've watched enough of my videos, you've heard me talk about it before. They normally shorten it to NATs. You know, these are triggers for people to have these thoughts run through their head. I'm not good enough. I'm too much. Whatever the case may be. And I like to think of them as gnats, like GNATS, because what you are supposed to do with those NATs is swat them away. Because most of the stuff, it's like you have to ask yourself, is it true? Can I prove it? And some of the stuff you can't. Now, as a dark empath, a person can tell me what gnats are buzzing around their head. I'm going to listen. I'm going to offer them assurance that I don't see them that way. A particular person used to always tell me they were vomit covered in skin. And some would say that's dark, you know, like, or they would say they were tainted. And I made sure to tell them that I don't see them that way. You know, that's not like you have value, you know. And the thing is people can tell me every rotten thing that's going on in their head, and I'm going to listen to them, and I'm not going to say, that's crazy talk, or what you're saying is completely freaking bonkers. I'm not going to label them crazy, bonkers. I'm not going to say, that's stupid, because I know what it's like to bear those thoughts to people, because you need reassurance that those gnats are not right. Like, how are you supposed to prove that the negative automatic thought isn't real if you can't ask somebody? And if they can't be honest with you, if you can't share how you're feeling with somebody, they're not safe. And I got to thinking about how in times when I've needed reassurance of whether certain things were true or not, the people I chose to reach out to they didn't want to hear it. They didn't offer me the safe space that I offer them. And when you're someone like me, it really hurts to be judged for those thoughts instead of somebody saying, oh my God, I wish you didn't feel that way about yourself. I wish you could see yourself the way I see you. That's what a person needs to hear when they share the dark that's overpowering their mind. They need to hear that they're wrong. And if you can't tell them they're wrong, like if something they say is spot on, like, yeah, that is true about you, you at least offer them something in return of, that is true, but let me tell you something about yourself that you're not thinking about, and give them something good. Something that puts them above other people. Because that's how I see people. I see people like, I see the negative, but I also see the positive, and I look for more and more and more positive, so that when that person comes to me and is down about something, I've already got it set up. I've already got it in my head, the extra good stuff to say to them. The ways that they don't fail. I've already got it in my head. How I'm going to reassure them on this. And, it's like, I'm that person. But I don't have that person. And I don't know if all dark empaths are that way, that we're the person that people show their rot to. They show their dysfunction to us because we look at them and try to make them feel better. We don't want them to feel bad because we see what's good in them. And we understand why they feel like they do. It's because the world is extra cruel to some people. Some people get more than their fair share of drawing the short straw. Some people make friends easily. Some people, when they're complimented, they believe the compliment. And then some of us, we don't believe the compliments, but we're real quick to believe the criticisms. Yeah, that's easy. You criticize me? Oh yeah, that's 100%, 100%. But you say something nice about me, and I don't believe it. And I used to think what it took to make me wasn't enough to break me. But I am broken. And there's so many parts of me that I can't show people because they're not safe. You give them just a watered down version of how dark it is in here at times. And you get the judgment instead of the assurance that you need. Sometimes you just need a hug. So when somebody shares their gnats with you, if you're watching this, remember that you got dark thoughts too. And how do you want somebody else to handle them if you decide to trust them enough to share them? Is silence fair? Is calling them crazy fair? No.